Hi, my name's Kath Nolan, or Catherine Nolan. You can call me Kat. And it's my very great pleasure to be your guide, your facilitator, your best friend, your worst enemy as we embark on this journey together for design thinking for business. So this time around, we're teaching this as an intensive, and so we'll be together for 4 days non-stop very soon. It'll come around quicker than you expect it to. And so the purpose of this quick video is to introduce myself so you can see what I look like, hear how fast I speak, get some idea of who you will be dealing with, and then also to give you some insights about how best to prepare to come to the intensive ready to go. So firstly, let me tell you a bit about myself. I'm actually a lawyer, which is kind of unusual for teaching design thinking. You would think I would be a designer or, some sort of creative genius. I'm not that at all. I'm very comfortable with numbers. I like logic. I've been working as a lawyer for more than 30 years all around the world, and I have been doing transactions and creating new products and services the whole time. I discovered design thinking when I was working in a startup in the financial services technology area. We called it something different at the time, but really what I fell in love with was that the idea that we can approach solving problems by first really deeply understanding the problems and its symptoms and causes, not just trying to address the symptoms, but really understanding what the real problem is. But then secondly, that we can come up with solutions by performing small, cheap, fast experiments. So really, rather than sort of setting our great big train in one direction and then hoping for the best that it all works out, we can conduct a series of small little experiments to test the hypotheses that we make about what the problem is and how the solution is going to work. So by creating prototypes, minimum viable products, small experiments to test what the outcomes could be. So I've been working in the design thinking space both as an academic, well, I call myself a pracademic because I'm all about design doing rather than the theory. I've been working in this space for near on 10 years now, and I absolutely love it. And I love working with people like you who are investing in your own futures, who are excited about learning and becoming the best business people that you can be, because I have no doubt, my promise to you is that by the end of the course, there'll be something. Maybe there'll be a lot of things, but even if you don't find a lot of things, there'll be one thing that you keep coming back to that will really help you in your business life, particularly in your decision making and in your problem solving. So like I said, we're going to be working for 4 days, really intensively. How do you get prepared for that? Number one, block that time out in your diary right now. Make sure that you don't have family functions, that you're not expected with your friends for dinner or lunch or anything like that. You will be working hard and fast over this 4-day sprint. It's a bit like a hackathon, actually. What I'm going to be asking you to do is you'll be working with me during the class times, but you will also be working with your team members in the breaks and quite likely overnight to really get the bulk of the assessment tasks done. And actually, assessment tasks are just the way we trick you into learning. So that's the number one thing. Clear out your diary. Take your vitamin B. Make sure you don't drink too much the night before. Get plenty of sleep in the weekend before. Tell your family and friends in advance that you're going to be locked away for a little while. Your students, they're probably used to that now, but really make sure that you've got the time. Secondly, I'm doing my best in the reading list to identify the essential readings beforehand. It is impossible to do all of the readings for all of the modules and retain it and make sense of it before the classes start. But I want you to really, really focus in on making sure that you've done the essential reading so we can hit the ground running. Next, for the particular assignment, and I'll do this in a separate video not to overwhelm you, there will be some specific things to do for the first assignment that you should prepare in advance. Now, we've called it assignment 1 really to encourage you to do some of the work before the class starts so that everybody's on the same page. Look, my guess is with the assignment preparation and the reading, it's going to take you in the order of 10 hours. So you really do need to set aside some time in advance to make sure that you're coming fully prepared. It'll be worth it, I absolutely promise you. Otherwise, you can expect to see some regular announcements from me as we lead into the the intensive time. And then we will also have, in the lead up to the intensive, I will also set up a Teams meeting before I travel to Vietnam, just to make sure that any questions that you have are properly answered and that I can give you face-to-face or virtual face-to-face guidance about the preparation. Again, that won't be compulsory. It's just something that I do to make it as easy as possible for you, but also because I love design thinking and I love the opportunity to talk to you about it. So I'll timetable in an introductory session, and I really, really look forward to getting the opportunity to meet you there. The last thing that you can do, which would be really helpful, is go and introduce yourself to your colleagues in the discussion board. Tell us who you are, if you're working or you have worked in the past, what you do, what your undergraduate degree is, what, if any, experience you have with design thinking or human-centered design, and share a picture of yourself so we know how to recognise you when we see you. Even better, share a picture of yourself doing something that you love outside of uni, something that you find fun, that feeds your soul. Help us to get to know you a little bit better. Really looking forward to meeting you, and we'll talk soon.